lot of people are about to lose a lot of money in crypto this week, and there is a small amount of people that are going to actually get their crypto wallet bigger, fatter, and juicier this week. And I'm going to tell you what we're actually doing in my private community, in my inner circle, that is allowing us to make money consistently in the crypto market that I see a lot of other influencers talking about, but they're not implementing it correctly. And people that are doing it, it's putting them in a situation where they're either not making any money or they're barely scraping by to still make profit within the short term. Let me hop in my office and show you what I mean. If you want to get your crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy, you cannot focus on trading the popular mainstream. And that's what everyone gets wrong, especially if you're someone who's trading with $1,000 to around $5,000. If you look at my private community, if you look at my inner circle, some of these crypto projects that we have been trading, that we've been able to make profit off consistently. And I want you to focus on these cryptos. Look at this. This is Velvet. This is Cent. If you look at these, this is another Cent. They're not mainstream crypto projects. They're not crypto projects where you're seeing every single crypto YouTuber talk about. They're crypto projects that a lot of people don't know. Why is that? Because these are crypto projects that are extremely volatile. So if you're someone who's starting off with maybe $1,000 to $10,000 trading crypto, you don't really want to be trading Bitcoin. You don't really want to be trading Ethereum. You don't really want to be trading Solana, because those crypto projects do not move that much in price. If you look at Bitcoin in the past 24 hours, it's only gone up 0.34%. If you look at Ethereum, it's only gone up 2%. Meaning if you're trading with, let's say, $1,000, what did you make? You made $2 in profit. If you're trading with $2,000, what did you make? $4 in profit. So if you're really looking to get into the world of trading to make money in the short term, then you can't be focused so much on your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your BNB, your XRP, your Solana, your Tron, because the volatility in those crypto projects isn't enough for someone who's starting off with maybe $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000. But if you look at some of these other crypto projects that have gone up dramatically, those are the crypto projects where you actually want to look to trade, because they have more movements, putting you in a situation where, hey, I have $1,000 or $2,000. The crypto project might do 10% that day. Well, 10% of the $1,000, you at least made $100, or with $2,000, you at least made $200. And if you're able to do maybe 2x leverage or 3x leverage, then you're potentially making $200 to $600 or even $400 per trade. So if you're looking to get your crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy within the short term, focus on trading these crypto projects that aren't really mainstream, that a lot of people aren't talking about, but has a lot of volatility, so that while they move up and down, you can take short position to make profit. As you see, we take short position to make profit. And also you're able to take long position as they run up. You're also making profit. Now you might be saying to yourself, so Naicke Kalala, my favorite crypto influencer, he trades Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. So you're saying I should never trade it? No, I'm not saying you should never trade it, but you have to realize that some of those individuals that you're seeing on YouTube, you're seeing online, trading your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, etc., they're allocating maybe $10,000 or $20,000. On top of that, they're doing it with maybe a 3x or 4x or even a 5x crypto. So they're putting in a good amount of money, so that when you do have some of these smaller moves, it's still decent profit. Where for someone who's only putting in maybe $1,000 to $5,000, you want to focus on more of those volatile cryptos, so that you can actually make good profit and see your account within 1 month, 2 months actually grow. Everyone has the ability. I truly believe that everyone has the ability to get their crypto wallets big, fat, and juicy. So if you're someone who is looking at some of these crypto profits that we've been making in my inner circle, in my private community, you're like, dang, how are they doing it? How are they making profit on a weekly basis? Click the link in the description and you can join my community absolutely free for a few days, and you can get access to our private community where we actively invest, where we actively trade, where we have private live stream, and you can see how we're able to do it, so that you know you don't have to wait till prices actually start going up for you to get some of these crypto wins and start making crypto profit as well. And if you're enjoying the crypto sauce that I am sharing, hit the subscribe button, that when I share another video showing you what I'm doing in the world of crypto to constantly make profit within the short term and within the long term, you don't miss it. Now, when it comes to making profit within the long term, I said at the beginning of this video, I see something crazy happening in the crypto market this week, where some people are going to make money and some people are going to lose money. That is a combination because of this right here. On Tuesday, July 14, 2026 at 8:30 p.m., we are going to get CPI data. And the tricky part about this CPI data is not telling us how things are currently moving in the month of July, but it's going to give us the data from the month of June. Was really tricky because of what was happening between America and Iran. We had a time where there was a ceasefire. They were currently negotiating. It seems like the war was finally going to come to an end, and then boom, all of that went out the window. They started bombing each other. We saw oil prices go back up. Oil prices was coming down. So the CPI data that's coming out isn't going to give us a real clear data of everything that's currently happening right now. And when I look at the market, it's actually showing us that we may have a crazy run toward the upside, or prices may potentially come down. And the very next day after we have our CPI data, we have the new head of Fed, which is Kevin Welch, who will be speaking in front of Senate on July 15th. And during that time, Congress is going to be able to ask him whatever questions that they want. And depending on what he says, whether we feel like we are. And then the very next day on Wednesday, we have our new head of Fed, which is Kevin Welch, who will be testifying in front of Senate. So we'll have volatility on that Tuesday, and then we could potentially have more volatility on that Wednesday. And this is really important because during that time, they can ask him whatever question that they want. And we know how the market reacts. If he gives answers that the market is expecting, if he says hinting toward, yes, there is a chance that we can't drop rates, then we are going to see our Bitcoin, our Solana, our XRP, our Tron, our Zcash, your favorite crypto project, up, and away, start pumping aggressively. But if he says the inverse of that, if he said, hey, we're actually leaning towards maybe holding rates as they are now, or even increasing interest rates, we know the market's not going to like that, and we can expect prices to potentially move down even lower. And when I look at the Bitcoin liquidation chart, it's not showing me where we're going to lean dramatically towards one direction. It's not telling me, hey, prices are probably going to really run up to liquidate everyone who's taking short position, or hey, prices are about to crash down to really liquidate everyone who's taking long position. And this is one of the reasons why some people might make money and some people might lose money, because when you have these undecisiveness within the market, and you even see liquidation building up on both directions, towards the upside and towards the bottom side, sometimes the market does a crazy move where you might actually see prices do some crazy run up towards the upside, and then suddenly do some crazy run up towards the bottom side to liquidate people in both directions. So let's talk about how that can actually play out. So looking at Mama Bitcoin right here is actually the main level of support that I see, which is below that $60,000 price range. The top of here is around 60,000. The bottom of here, the top of this around 61.8, and then the top of this is around 61.8, and then the bottom of this range is about 61K. Now, when I look at this really carefully, you can see Bitcoin actually made its way towards the upside, and it bounced off this 61K price range, and then it moved towards the upside. And every time we saw BTC hit this price range, which is that low 60K price range, we saw prices move back towards the upside. And here we can see that point of contact once again. And now what happened? We see Bitcoin, it is moving sideways. So Mama Bitcoin doesn't know what she wants to do, whether she wants to move down or whether she wants to move up. So if prices does end up going towards the downside, potentially on that Tuesday or on that Wednesday, I expect prices to potentially come down with this area before we potentially see it either number one, consolidate, or either number two, potentially come down and then start making its way back towards the upside. Now, let's talk about the positive. What if the CPI data comes out and it's actually what we do want to hear? What if on Wednesday we hear Kevin Welch say things that the market actually does like, and it causes some type of bullish momentum? How high can we possibly see prices go? I think this range right here, around that $67,000 to $68,000 price range, if prices end up moving toward the upside, is where we're most likely going to see prices move toward before we either see some type of micro rejection or we start seeing prices consolidate again. And the reason why I said that is because prior to that, we saw Bitcoin hit the 59K price range right here. 59K, which was crazy. I hope you bought the dip, right? And then what happened? Up and away. We had this move towards the upside and we got rejected right here. So this area right here was the first time we ran all the way up towards the 60K price range after hitting within that 50K price range, but then we got rejected. And what happens when we attempted to run back up again? boom, rejection right here, and then we came towards the downside. So right now we're trying to finally wiggle our way up towards the upside, but like I said, it's really going to come down to what happens on Tuesday and Wednesday to see if we're going to be able to break past towards here, or if we're going to go back towards the bottom side. Now for me, if we see prices potentially go lower than it was previously, which is Bitcoin hitting that $59,000 price range or potentially even lower, I am buying the dip, because my formula to get a crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy is focus on trading so you can make money right now this week, but also accumulate for the long term, because we know there are certain crypto projects that have already done a 2x, a 5x, a 6x, a 8x, even a 10x while being in the bear market when majority of the crypto market is going down. So when you're able to play both sides, it puts you in a position to get your crypto wallet as big, as fat, as juicy. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum has been fighting for its life, because Ethereum is playing in two different zones. Now, the lowest we saw Ethereum go recently has been within $1,500 price range, right around this range. Ever since that, we've actually seen it battle its way either between this area and then this area right here. Let's talk about the higher range. Now, after Ethereum hit this range right here, we saw it's kind of been playing this little game of ping pong, moving up and down within this area. Ever since that, we got rejected and it's been bouncing here. And finally now we're seeing Ethereum make its way back up here. I don't really want Ethereum to potentially move its way back up within that $2,400 price range so that we can continue bouncing towards this area. Because number one, if you're focused on trading, this area is a really good area to trade ETH. If that's what you want to do, you have enough capital to play within this range. But let's say Ethereum does go down and potentially gets rejected. We could potentially see Ethereum finally get below $1,000. And that's actually what I would want. If Ethereum's going down, I would want it to get below $1,000, because in the last bear market, we actually saw Ethereum go all the way down to $800 price range. Now, if you look at this bear market, the lowest we actually saw Ethereum go was only to this range. It was around $1,300 price range. Ever since we hit that range, which was closer towards April of this year, Ethereum has just skyrocketed all the way up, but then it ended up making a massive move towards the downside. So if we can see ETH get below $1,300 price range, then that's the range I'm looking to buy. Don't make the mistake that a lot of other people do, which is every single time a crypto project goes down, I just buy. As soon as it goes down, I just buy. Especially if your average cost of holding that crypto is still above the current price right now. What I mean by that is, let's say I bought a bunch of Ethereum when Ethereum was really, really cheap. Ethereum was around this $800 price range, right? And I want to accumulate more Ethereum with prices going down. Well, I bought a little bit of Ethereum when it was $1,300 price range. Now, when I see Ethereum up towards that $1,500 price range or creeping up towards that $2,000 price range, I'm not really looking to buy. I'm only going to look to buy if it's close towards my average cost so that I can have a larger, bigger bag, or even if it goes below the price I originally bought it, which will lower my average cost so that when ETH actually starts moving back towards the upside, I'm making more money.